What's up, fam? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike, and you know why we're here. The day has finally arrived. The Mandalorian Chapter 13, potentially featuring Ahsoka Tano, played by Rosario Dawson. Now, this is all speculation. I could probably spend an hour right now just theorizing and speculating about what may or may not happen in this episode, but at the end of the day, we all feel pretty confident that this is when Ahsoka Tano shows up, because in episode 3, Bo-Katan just showed up, played by Katie Sackhoff, and then she just casually drops Ahsoka's name towards the end of the episode, and they made it seem like it's not that big of a deal, that they're just going to give us things, and they're not going to tease us about it too much. So I think we've had enough teasing. I think there's been enough anticipation. This is the week that we're all pretty confident we're going to get a lot of the meat that we've been waiting for. Like I said, I could spend an hour just theorizing about this, and I don't want to waste too much time, but there's a few things, obviously, we want to see. We want to see Ahsoka Tano. Potentially, we want to see Sabine Wren. There have been some rumors about Ezra Bridger popping up. That makes sense, because considering what these characters were supposedly doing and where we are on the timeline, it makes sense for the story. So it's not like they just are going to be feeding us, giving us characters that we already, and not doing anything new. Because if they're relevant to the story right now, it makes perfect sense to have them show up. I say bring it on. Also, we're still calling the child Baby Yoda, and it's about time we give him a name or find out what his name is or learn more about the species. That's been going on since the very first episode. It's still a question that is unanswered. I'm kind of hoping he's going to show up on Corvus. Ahsoka's going to be right there. They're not going to hide her from us. She's just going to drop her on us, and she's going to be like, oh, look, it's a Baby Yoda, and it'll be funny. And maybe she'll know him, or she'll know his name, or there'll be some sort of connection there. And I'm hoping that there's a lot of good juice in that regard. Anyway, let's jump right in. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Let's do this. Who is this guy? Okay, I was... Holy crap. Oh my god. Yep, they didn't even wait. Well, that was awesome. I knew it. I knew they were just going to drop her on us and not even tease us. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is already more than I can handle. Well, I can tell you already that looked awesome. And we got the dual white lightsabers. I thought Ahsoka the White was just going to have a staff. Oh my god, what is happening? Are you serious? Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, the sound. There she is, man.
I won't give you that choice.
Okay, so they're not using Ashley Eckstein's voice, but they definitely had her.
They already suffer under your rule.
Yeah, okay. They're using Rosario Dawson's voice.
You have one day to decide.
Wow, man.
We will be ready.
Wow, man. All right, so they went with Rosario Dawson's voice. It worked though. I guess it just sounded like a more mature Ahsoka. Her voice is a little bit deeper than Ashley Eckstein's, but the voice didn't bring me out of it at all. We're hoping that he doesn't have Moff Gideon on his tail. We know he's got a tracker on his ship.
Back in your seat.
Little troublemaker. Yeah, we were really hoping he's not bringing an army to Ahsoka's doorstep. Though, pretty sure she can handle herself. He really wants that shifter knob. Oh, is he going to spin it off? Yes. Alright, so Corvus is a ex-forest planet. A dead forest planet. Oh, I just want Ahsoka and the child to meet. You'd think maybe she could sense his presence, considering how powerful he is for a baby. He has the knob.
This needs to stay in the ship.
That's interesting. He pocketed it. That means that knob is going to be important later on.
State your business.
Been tracking for a few days, looking for a layover.
Nice armor. You're a hunter then.
That's right.
Guild?
Last I checked.
Open the gate.
It's ominous, man. Every town has a cantina, right?
The magistrate wants to see you.
Now, these guys are wearing gas masks, but that I guess it's the magistrate or that main guy in the armor. He wasn't wearing a helmet or a mask. The air does look toxic, though. That palace is very reminiscent of Jabba the Hutt's palace. Whoa. Definitely very oriental design, like a Zen garden.
I have a proposition that may interest you.
My price is high.
A Jedi plagues me. I want you to kill her. The Jedi are the ancient enemy of Mandalore.
My price is high.
Wow, okay, so he's gonna take a bounty on Ahsoka. So he's gonna, wow, okay, they're gonna be like enemies at first. It's a spear. Is that Beskar, maybe? It's Beskar. Oh, he wants it.
Pure Beskar.
Oh, she just bought him. Wow, that would make him more than complete. She's out there somewhere. Good luck.
What is that thing?
I keep it around for luck.
You're gonna need it where you're headed.
Oh, wait, that's Michael Biehn. I just noticed that's Michael Biehn. Kyle Reese, people. That's Kyle Reese from The Terminator. Unbelievable. Great actor. Dang, dude, he's getting old. Aliens, Terminator. Nice, the music is a little bit different in this episode, as it should be. I'm loving it. So, wow, he's going to be potentially battling Ahsoka here at first. Hopefully the child will clear things up before anything really bad happens. I feel like I'm in Krull right now.
Ahsoka Tano! Bo-Katan sent me.
She looks really good, man. It looks really good.
I hope it's about him.
Yes. Say his name. Say his name. Oh my god, this moment right now. Come on, say something. Oh, nice. They're already just like chilling with each other. He's impatient. They're having a conversation. Aww. Ahsoka with the moon backdrop. Maybe she'll be like, he told me his name.
Is he speaking? Do you understand him?
In a way, Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts.
Grogo?
Grogu?
Oh, he heard his name.
That's his name.
This is so cool.
Grogu.
Oh. Hey, Daddy.
He was raised at the Jedi Temple in Coruscant.
Oh, no way.
Many masters trained him over the years. At the end of the Clone Wars, when the Empire rose to power,
He was there.
someone took him from the temple.
He was a Padawan.
Then his memory becomes dark.
Wow, so he... Oh my god, that's amazing. So then Yoda would have already known who he was. We just never saw him in the prequel trilogy.
I've only known one other being like this. A wise Jedi master named Yoda.
Dude!
Can he still wield the Force?
You mean his powers?
The Force is what gives him his powers. It is an energy field created by all living things. To wield it takes a great deal of training.
Please give him that training.
I've seen him do things I can't explain. My task was to bring him to a Jedi.
The Jedi Order fell a long time ago.
So did the Empire, yet it still hunts him. He needs your help.
Please keep him. Please train him.
I'll test him in the morning.
Dude, what? Alright. Don't give me too much all at once, because this is already more than I can handle. Okay, there is some green on this planet. She's in more of like her original Ahsoka outfit. He lifted a mud horn. Pretty sure this pebble will be no problem.
Now return the stone to me, Grogu.
Oh, it's Grogu?
He doesn't understand.
He does. It's okay. The stone, Grogu.
Aww.
Sense much fear in you. He's hidden his abilities to survive over the years. Want to see if he'll listen to you.
That would be a first. All right, kid. Lift the stone.
Grogu.
Grogu.
Grogu. You see? I told you he's stubborn.
Try to connect with him.
Is she implying that she knows that Mando is force sensitive? Doesn't that kind of imply that? Which wouldn't be all that crazy, considering some of the things we've seen him do. There it is. He's like, oh yeah, I want that one. Yeah, buddy.
Good job, kid.
Good catch.
I knew you could do it.
Very
He's a
father-son
strong
moment right there.
attachment to you. You cannot train him. His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears.
All the more reason to train him.
No. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight.
He choked out Cara Dune, defending Mando.
I will not start this child down that path. Better to let his abilities fade.
She is wise.
Delayed too long.
The magistrate sent me to kill you.
Ooh.
I didn't agree to anything. I'll help you with your problem if you see to it that Grogu is properly trained. Not even your laser swords would be able to protect you from all that firepower.
Laser
Right.
swords.
True. Don't underestimate the magistrate either.
She offered me a staff of pure Beskar.
I hope he gets that staff, either way.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
Yeah, buddy. I like this team up. Don't forget Grogu. I don't think people are going to stop calling him Baby Yoda, though. It's kind of just going to be ingrained at this point.
It's her. Sound the alarm.
Oh my god, dude, what? Oh my god. So many Ahsoka Tano fans out there just freaking out right now. We're getting so much more Ahsoka Tano than I thought we were going to get. A lot of Ahsoka cosplayers out there freaking out too.
Your bounty hunter failed. Tell me what I want to know. Where is your master?
Is she talking about Thrawn? She's looking for Thrawn. Dude, what? Oh my god, this is unbelievable. Does he get his pauldron back? That was the pauldron with the mudhorn on it. Clan of 2. Oh, Lothcat. We saw Lothcat in season 1 too. This is just way too cool. Don't mess with Ahsoka Tano. Oh shit. It's gonna have a standoff. They're just using these Western tropes perfectly here. Draw.
So you're through with the Jedi.
Looks that way.
Oh, that staff needs to be Mando's. Tell me she's about to have a one-on-one with this lady. She is. She's gonna have a one-on-one with this lady. And Mando's gonna have a one-on-one with Michael Biehn. Dude, what? Oh my god, what? Dude, I can't. This is insane. This is crazy. This is like a Western and a samurai movie all at once. This is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. This lady's pretty badass, though. Come on, dude.
I got no quarrel with you, Mandalorian. Dude,
Come on. Give me a break. Ahsoka defeated Maul in a lightsaber battle. This lady just disarmed her. Hell yeah.
Sounds like you win.
Don't trust him, Mando. Not smart. Classic Western.
Now tell me, where is your master?
Say it, say it.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Yeah, dude, yes! I can't with the show, dude. I can't. Wow. Oh, cool.
I believe this was your payment.
Yes.
I can't accept.
Take it.
I didn't finish the job.
He's so honorable.
But this belongs with the Mandalorian.
Yes, it does. I cannot handle the coolness. Dude, Din Djarin is the next Mandalore. You need to get off this planet so that you're not bringing Moff Gideon to Ahsoka's doorstep. So did she get the information she needed? Does she know where Thrawn is? Aw, baby Grogu.
I cannot train him.
You made me a promise. I held up my end.
There is one possibility. Go to the planet Tython.
Ezra Bridger.
There you will find the ancient ruins of a temple. Place Grogu on the Seeing Stone at the top of the mountain. Then Grogu may choose his path.
That's like a Jedi Fallen Order kind of thing.
There's a chance a Jedi may sense his presence and come searching for him.
Possibly Luke.
And again,
Possibly Ezra.
there aren't many Jedi left.
Thank you.
May the Force be with you.
At no point did Ahsoka go, I'm no Jedi. Okay, at least they're getting off this planet. I was afraid that they were going to bring Moff Gideon to her. Hell yeah, man. Okay, so if she got the information she needed about Thrawn, why is she still here? Oh, man. I have to take that all in for a minute. All right, dude. Wow. That's all I have to say. Just wow. I was definitely right at the beginning of the episode when I was like, I get the feeling because of the way they brought Bo-Katan in, they just kind of just dropped her without even teasing us that they were just going to bring Ahsoka in without making a big tease about it. And lo and behold, bam, the first scene of the episode is just, they go right to Ahsoka and they don't, she's got her lightsabers out and she's fighting people. So that was right out of the gate. We were just like, oh, okay, here we go. We're doing it. You know, at first it was a little bit like, okay, so what's her business here? Why is she on this crazy planet trying to get into this encampment? We learn that she's trying to get information from them. And then when Mando shows up, they want him to go kill Ahsoka for them. So at first you're like, uh-oh, is he going to have to fight Ahsoka? And the fact that she offered him that Beskar spear, which is now his, that was awesome. It seemed like they're even more setting Din Djarin up to be the leader of Mandalore at the end of this show. I mean, it seems a little predictable and kind of like, well, duh, that Din Djarin is going to be possibly wield the Darksaber at some point. Whether or not that means Bo-Katan has to die or not, we don't know, but the fact that he just got this Beskar spear and he's in full Beskar, and when we last saw Bo-Katan, she was like, your bravery will not be forgotten. It just seems like they're setting him up to be like, who's better to lead Mandalore and be the Mandalore than Din Djarin? And now that he has this association with Grogu, we just learned his name, I don't know how well Grogu is gonna catch on. I mean, Baby Yoda obviously is just like the internet's name for the child, and you know, he's been sort of like a marketing treasure for Disney since they introduced his character, and now they've given him a name. They've given him a little bit more of a purpose. I was actually shocked when Ahsoka was like, oh yeah, like when she looked into his mind and saw that he had been in the Jedi Temple. He was there amongst Jedi, like potentially being trained as a Padawan when he was very little. So that would have been what, like 30 plus years ago. So he would have already been like 20 years old. We didn't even know that he had a connection. We just knew that he was Force sensitive. So to hear that he was actually amongst the Jedi at one point, that was a little bit shocking. And then she's like, she even dropped Yoda's name. She said that she knew, she didn't say what the species was, but she was like, I knew another one of this kind. His name was Yoda, and he was a very wise master Jedi. And I also pointed out that I was kind of thinking that they were going to drop the whole like I'm no Jedi thing because Ahsoka and her past with the Jedi, but they didn't make too much of a big deal about that. He kind of just referred to her as a Jedi, and she accepted that that's what he was referring to and referring to her as. The same with the magistrate and Michael Baine's character. They were referring to her as Jedi, and they didn't really ever make too much of a big deal about that term, at least from Ahsoka's perspective. It was really cool seeing just sort of like a different style of soldier, I guess. Those guys in those gas masks. It seems like this, like I said, this planet seems like it had a toxic atmosphere, and they had to wear those masks. But then you see tons of people here not wearing masks. So I guess it's just sort of a different kind of look. They're not necessarily associated with the Empire. But if this if the magistrate's master is Thrawn, then we're assuming that this kind of does have a connection with the Empire, because we're going to assume that Thrawn is this lady's master. Then Thrawn is potentially the big bad of this whole series, which is amazing. I don't know who they've tapped to play Thrawn, but just like they dropped, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, like they're following through on their promises here. They're not teasing us and then not giving us something. So they've dropped Thrawn's name. To me, it's like, okay, we're going to get Thrawn now. Is that going to be Michael Fassbender? Like, to me, he would be perfect for that. But Moff Gideon might actually just be sort of like the big bad of like the first couple seasons. Potentially will defeat Moff Gideon at the end of this season. Maybe even Bo-Katan will get the Darksaber back. I would love to see that. But now they've kind of hinted that Thrawn is probably going to be the big bad of this entire series. And if you had told me that before The Mandalorian started, I would have been like, excuse me? Dude, I don't. Sometimes when I watch this show, I just get so lost for words. I need time to digest all of this, because it just seems like so much is happening, and it's happening so quickly, and it's not like a slow burn. They're not like slowly feeding this juicy stuff to us. They're almost giving me too much to handle. At the beginning of the episode, when Ahsoka was like twirling around with her lightsabers, or laser swords as Din Djarin called them, I was like, I can almost like not handle this, how cool this is. In general, I'm a fan of how they pulled Ahsoka off here. I was anticipating that it was going to be not necessarily weird, or like that it wouldn't work, but there are like, for instance, like if you follow any like Ahsoka cosplayers online, there are a lot of people who have put a lot of time and energy and money into their Ahsoka cosplays, and it's one of those really difficult things to pull off. Particularly, I would assume the headdress, getting it to look like it's actually part of your head and not just something that's on your head, and all of the paint involved in the makeup, and obviously the outfit itself isn't complicated, but just sort of like getting the vibe of Ahsoka is obviously really important. And Dave Filoni directed this, so we already kind of knew that, when they were going to drop Ahsoka, that they were going to do it in Dave Filoni's episode, because here was his opportunity to take his baby, his character that he created, and make it real, so to speak. And I think that there's only so much you can do with an animated character like Ahsoka that has like a specialized headdress like that. Bo-Katan, she's human, as long as you get her helmet right, and Katie Sackhoff's voice matches perfectly, so that just worked perfectly. Here I was kind of like, oh no, like Ashley Eckstein's voice is like kind of really important to Ahsoka's character, and Rosario Dawson doesn't necessarily sound like Ashley Eckstein, so I'm not sure what they did here, but something about her voice actually, like, it did match. Rosario Dawson's voice has like a lower timbre to it than Ashley Eckstein's, but we're also considering the fact that Ahsoka's aged. How much since we last saw her. I guess we saw her at the end of Rebels already at this, but we didn't hear her speak. So we haven't heard Ahsoka speak for like 10 years at this point. So I guess in theory it would make sense that maybe her voice would change a little bit, but the voice part didn't bring me out of it. Seeing Rosario Dawson's face, she had the blue eye contacts. The headdress looked good. I don't really know what else to say other than, it didn't necessarily look perfect, but I don't know how they could make it look perfect. I've seen some really good Ahsoka cosplays. some people that have really made it look good. And even still, it's just kind of, it's hard to see it as anything other than a costume. It looked good enough that it didn't take me out. I was totally enthralled the whole time. Oh my god, I'm watching Ahsoka Tano in live action, played by Rosario Dawson. She's got dual white lightsabers still. I thought it was a little bit crazy that magistrate lady disarmed her, and like gave her a pretty good fight with that Beskar spear, but I guess that lady was just a badass, so she seemed like she was pretty badass. But at the end, they had Ahsoka take care of her pretty easily. So I was like, okay, I didn't want to have us, a few months ago, have Ahsoka essentially defeat Darth Maul in a lightsaber battle and then have this lady like easily disarm her. That wouldn't have vibed very well. But this was perfect. I don't even know where they could go with this from now, because I mean, it seems like every episode we get something new. They give us something new and then they kind of just like move on to something new, and every once in a while we sort of tie things back together. And like in the last episode, we're like, oh no, Moff Gideon's assembling this dark army, and I was convinced that, like, he has a tracker on his ship, that he was going to lead that army directly to Ahsoka and that things were going to get bad. But I'm actually kind of glad that might be the last we see of Ahsoka for now, because we don't want her to be in danger. I don't think Dave Filoni and crew are going to kill Ahsoka off. I mean, she's just too loved and important of a character. It's not necessary to kill her. Or have her die. So yeah, I'm definitely hoping that is the last we see of Ahsoka for now, and that we're not going to see her in danger from Moff Gideon anytime soon, because that seemed pretty scary, especially if the army he's creating is force sensitive. That could be a lot more of a pain for her than some of these gas mask soldiers that she just easily dispatched. I also loved the music in this episode. The music continues to be fresh and awesome, and then they have little hints of the theme that they put in there if you're listening carefully. So even the new music has little familiar themes in it, which is great. So the music continues to kick ass in this, and I'm loving that. I loved the art direction in this episode. I loved like this sort of gassy dead forest / lava planet, whatever it was kind of a new environment, actually. Like I think I said at one point, it even reminded me of that swamp in Krull. I don't know how many people are familiar with that, but it's weird that Ahsoka is sort of hanging out here, like I said, because she's after the information of where to find Thrawn, and we're assuming she just got it. She seemed pretty happy at the end there. She was all smiles and pretty relaxed, and they liberated this village of the evil occupancy. So to me, it was like, why is she sticking around? Does she actually want to live on this planet in this settlement? Is this where she wants to be? If she's really after Thrawn, she needed that information that badly, then, wouldn't she want to leave with Mando? I guess these are answers that maybe we'll get down the road, but now she's kind of pointed out that Grogu may actually, that he's, it's kind of like that, like, oh no, he's too old. When Yoda's like, no, refusing to train Luke, and Obi-Wan's like, come on, I was impatient when I was his age or whatever. And Yoda's like, no, he is too old. Similarly, Ahsoka is kind of like, no, maybe it's better to let his abilities fade at this point because they can be used for evil. She said, I've seen what a trained Jedi is capable of in terms of the dark side. And there, she's referring to Anakin. She's saying, like, I've seen what can happen when the dark side takes over somebody powerful like this. So that, unfortunately, may also be a hint to a future episode in this show where maybe Baby Yoda is gonna, I keep calling him Baby Yoda, Grogu is gonna struggle with dark side stuff. We know we saw him choke Cara Dune out in season 1 when she was beating Mando in an arm wrestling match. So without the training, he may slip in to those tendencies. We're not going to see Ahsoka train Grogu. She kind of made it clear that she didn't want to do that. But she said, take him to this temple on this planet and then put him on like the seeing stone. I'm like, wow, that sounds like it's right out of Jedi Fallen Order. Hell yeah. Like Jedi temples with, seeing stones. Cool. So potentially that's where we're going to go next, and maybe he's going to connect with Ezra Bridger or Luke. She's saying like, oh, if there's a Jedi out there, maybe they'll connect with him. And then she says, yeah, but there's not that many, there really aren't any Jedi left. But we as Star Wars fans know that Ezra Bridger is a Jedi. He's out there. She and Sabine had been looking for him. So now she's looking for Thrawn. I guess maybe that means that Thrawn and Ezra are still at large. I don't know. This magistrate apparently knew where Thrawn was. Way too much for me to digest just sitting here having watched the episode, but I'm going to have to spend a few days going back over this, watching this episode 2 or 3 more times. I know there's a ton of stuff in there I probably missed, little details. I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm super excited. I'm glad we finally got Ahsoka and that they didn't make any tease about it, that they, just like Bo-Katan, they just gave it to us and it was just straightforward. I love that because they're not just giving us things to give us things. This is all relevant to the story, and now we can move on in our story here with Mando. And I think it seems like where it's going now is that he's, even though he's been tasked to take Grogu to a Jedi, he just technically completed his mission, but he's still going. He still wants to take Grogu to this temple now. So it's great because the Mando, when we first are introduced to his character, he's very set in his ways. He's the Mandalorian. He doesn't take his helmet off. He does a certain set of things, and we're slowly seeing him become less and less sure of that and having more of an open mind to what his purpose is. And as I was pointing out, it really does seem like they're setting it up to be that Din Djarin is going to be seated as the new Mandalore by the end of this show. When you hear Bo-Katan saying your bravery will not be forgotten, when he's getting this Beskar spear and he just seems like the most complete badass, bravest, most courageous, and also adherent to the ancient way Mandalore out there, it just seems like he's the perfect guy. We all want to see Bo-Katan get the Darksaber back, but maybe by the end of this show, we'll see Din Djarin riding a mythosaur and wielding the Darksaber and ruling over Mandalore, and that would be amazing. And Grogu will have discovered Luke or Ezra and will be training as a Jedi, and that would be just amazing. So they've introduced Ahsoka. Potentially Rosario Dawson's going to have her own show now as Ahsoka Tano down the line. I'm all for it. This was wicked cool, and I can't wait to see more. So I know you guys are excited, but let me know how excited you are in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.